have been a little mischievous at times, that you had to be sent to your room to reflect about your actions? You have? Have you? Yes. Well, in the story that I am about to read to you today, Where the Wild Things Are, written and illustrated by Maurice Sendak, we will be looking into the life of Max, a little mischievous boy who was sent to bed without supper. Why? Let's find out. Where the Wild Things Are, by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another, his mother called him, "Wild thing!" And Max said, "I'll eat you up!" So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew and grew and grew until his ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day, and in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still!" and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all, and made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." I'm going to pause for a little bit there, and I am going to ask you to close your eyes, take a minute, and imagine, let your imagination flow. You can imagine Max in his wolf suit costume having a rumpus with the wild things. A rumpus can be anything, whatever you guys think that rumpus is. What are they doing? You guys don't have to answer. It's just for your imagination. How do they look? Are they having fun? Do they look happy? Just let those imaginations flow. Imagine the characters. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No!" The wild things roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye, and sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day, and into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him, and it was still hot. That is the end of my story, but I do have some questions for you guys. All right, so why do you guys think Max ventured out to where the wild things were? Yes, Jose?
I think that he was upset with his parents, and so he left. And since his parents sent him to his room, and yeah.
Good answer. Good job. What about you, Jasmine? What do you think?
I agree with Jose.
You agree with Jose? Okay. All right. So, what do you think made him miss his home? What do you think, Jasmine?
He said he smelled food.
So, what do you think smelling food remembered him of?
Of home.
Of home. Okay. Good job. Good answer. And last question for you guys for tonight would be, what does the hot supper at the end of the story mean to you? What would it mean to have hot supper?
I think for me it means I'm home.
Your home, yes. For you, Jasmine, what does a hot food of supper mean?
Nice. Like, nice being home.
It's nice being home.
Yeah.
Do you think your mommy loves you for cooking?
Yeah.
What do you think of that meaning as it being? Yes. So that would be it. I'll just tell you that for me, a good food of supper would mean that his mom would have forgave him, and because she had sent him without supper, and having it a hot supper in his room would mean mom had forgiven him. Mom loves him. That would be it for me for tonight, and thank you very much for your attention.